I didn't even think about it. I was like, we were planning the dinner this week, and I was like, well, what are the easy things we can just get done during the week? I'm like, well, we'll do Taco Tuesday. Everyone likes my tacos, and um, didn't even occur to me that it was Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, we did a Cinco de Mayo lunch today at work where folks kind of like a potluck kind of thing. And I was really good. I ate my salad like I've been doing.
Okay,
And I
salad.
just
These are the salad days.
and I just I'm yeah, salad like I'm living by this. Basically a cob. But today it was my lettuce and tomato and a little bit of sliced turkey bacon, and then I had made a whole crock pot of ground turkey with like tacos, like a homemade taco seasoning, and it was so good. Now,
Two okays.
what I two okays, what I did not eat that I was very disappointed in was the donuts, the cookie bars, the all of the sweets that people brought, and I was like, I want donuts so bad. But I was good.
Well,
Melissa gave me
kudos to you.
I got a crisp high five from Melissa when I got home. That was my sweet reward.
Nice. So crisp.
So crisp.
So then you probably don't want to know how well this particular bourbon I'm having pairs with this Girl Scout cookie.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is brilliant.
100.
I'm Bert.
I'm Drew.
I'm Ron.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the 100 Albums podcast where we discuss the ins, the outs, and the absurdities of this poster that depicts 100 seemingly random albums. And here we are at album number 70. Only 30 more to go, guys. Oh my gosh. As we continue going through the 100 albums that appear on this poster that Drew got a couple of years ago from his wife, Lisa. Initially, we went through the whole poster, listened to each album, and shared our thoughts and reactions with each other via video chat. Once we were all done, we thought it might be a fun project to turn into a podcast. So let's talk about this week's album, Plus, by Ed Sheeran. I couldn't remember the name of the other one, Ron.
Divide.
Ron said, hey, he texted me and he said, hey, you should say that tonight we're talking about Divide by Ed Sheeran and just fuck with.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Can we talk about that for a second?
He did not name another one about another math function.
They're all
that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
yes, they are. But here's
I legit didn't know that. That's crazy.
That's because he read my book.
So here's my problem. One, maybe I was a little tuned out. I'll take some personal responsibility. But I'm dialing up this album to do the listen, and they got the little thumbnails of the albums, right? And if you look at it and you're not paying attention, the graphic that they use for divide looks like
it's a division sign. It's a division. Yeah.
I mean, it's all squished together. So I'm like, oh, this is it. And I started listening to them like, oh, this has the songs people know. It's got Shape of You.
Oh, yeah.
It's got Perfect, which probably plays at way more weddings than should because it's a terrible song. And I am in the headphones on this album, and I'm telling you, I was laughing so hard. The giggles took me over listening to this album in the headphones that I was crying. And Liz was like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, Cheers, so stupid. I was so excited to hate crime this one. And then I was preparing my notes last minute this morning, and now free of the reign of Sheeran, excuse me. I'm listening to Hip Pickles by Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Got my head grooving, feeling good. And I'm like, you know what I didn't do? I didn't check to see how this worked on the vinyl so I could see how the tracks divide. So I looked it up, and that's when I realized I had the wrong album. So I'm going to be a little underprepared today, but I will tell you, I listened to it 3 times today to try to catch it.
Ooh.
Well, I will
say, I'm kind of sad we're not doing Divide because it was great. It was so amazing. It was one of the most terrible pieces of work I've ever heard, and I was really pumped. But that's okay.
Wow,
let's get into Plus though.
I
think you need to listen to this.
See, I'm going to have
That
a lot
said.
of questions for you now after listening to Plus. I'm going to have questions for you about Divide because this album is flat. Like, to me, everything is so flat.
Is that your vibe?
I was going to say, is that the vibe?
Yeah.
Start with the vibe, guys.
Yeah. So, like, I was just kind of like, okay, it's dude singing, playing, singer-songwriter-y kind of shit. And then every now and again, I like to YouTube, like live versions. And this cat live is a different cat. And I was like, holy shit. So I listened to like, I don't know, 3-4 songs on YouTube.
The dogs agree.
I know, right?
They're having an awesome fight. Somebody just got railed in the head. That was really funny. Anyway,
Nice.
sorry, Ron.
So, that's cool. So I watched a bunch of videos and this cat live is like not bad. And then I put the album back on prepping for this and I was like, holy shit, this is the flattest just shit ever. It's garbage compared to live.
Well, some things you can't bottle, like lightning,
Yeah.
like Ed Sheeran.
Well, I mean, it's some of the songs of this album, definitely I could hear them live, and some would never work live.
I'll say this.
I'll get into that when we get into the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with really my vibe, but on, you know how Spotify, like if you scroll up on a song, it'll show you the lyrics, and it'll also do the preview of the Wikipedia article on the song itself. And some song, I was like, what is going on? I can't even remember the song, and I had to look at the lyrics, and that was what it said. Was that his live performance of this at Glastonbury? Glastonbury Festival was a complete game changer and changed the entire world. And so I'm like, okay, I don't believe that, but that kind of sounds like something you were saying, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree, the vibe on this to me is so bad. Listen, I'm a big fan. I don't want to dispel any deep talks. I don't have any great statements prepared tonight, but I'm a humongous fan of Damien Rice and Glenn Hansard, and only naming these guys because they're in this solo guy, sad boy, singer-songwriter with a guitar type of music.
He toured with Damien.
Well, he sings about him in one of these songs.
He Damien Rice, and we're getting into the background, but Damien Rice was the first concert he went to when he was age 11.
Okay.
And that inspired him to, that he was like, I want to be this guy. And he even, like you said, Drew, mentions it. There's a couple of mentions on this album. There are many songs that he's done where he calls out Damien Rice specifically.
Well, you know how on American Gladiators, when that one thing is you're in the field and you're running, like the gladiators up on the thing shooting at you, and you have to run between these obstacles, and you have this awesome rocket and you have to shoot the rocket at the target.
Yeah, that's
if the target was Damien Rice, Ed Sheeran missed that target so bad it went into the other zone.
So okay, here, Drew, you brought it home. Like when you started to compare, like somehow weave American Gladiators into this conversation, I was like, okay, where's he? But you nailed it.
All you gotta do is stick with me, bro.
You landed the plane.
Also, I would say the gladiator shooting at him was lace, but I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Nice. Lace.
So my vibe for this album is complicated. I'm gonna try to do it in 2 words, and then I'll explain as we have our episode. Is that okay?
Yes.
Hip hop.
Hip hop. I like it.
That
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Okay. My vibe is 1 word. Meh. It's not terrible, but it's not something I'm gonna put on probably ever again. Like, I got through it. It's fine. I've listened to worse, but obviously there's a lot better in my mind. So, meh is my vibe check.
I think
Hip hop goes along with our previous conversation about aging.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. and
Because
listeners-
that's
Like you
what
pop your hip.
I was going to say. That's
No.
the sound I make when I stand up.
listeners should know that generally speaking, unless it was pop music that hit me when I was in my single digits or something like that, I've never really had an affinity for pop music, and this is certainly that.
Mm-hmm.
And commercially, it seems to have done very well. So again, my opinion doesn't mean shit. But when I listen to this, there's like this meld of singer-songwriter mixed with somebody who takes all these cliches and tropes from hip hop, but somehow delivers them as though it came from the Build-A-Bear workshop. I mean, it's so soft and weird. In the lyrics, I had to read some of the lyrics to try to go deeper, and it did not help me much either. So it didn't reach me, this album.
Yeah.
But there's no question that I'm not the audience for this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about the background here of Mr. Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was born on February 17th, 1991 in Halifax, England, and raised in the nearby town of Framlingham. I hope I'm saying that right. His upbringing was creative but fairly grounded. His parents, John Sheeran and Imogen Sheeran, both worked in the arts, which exposed him early to music, culture, and storytelling. He showed interest in music at a very young age. He sang in the local church choir. He learned guitar as a child and started writing songs around age 11. Was influenced by artists like Damien Rice, the aforementioned, and Eminem, a combination that helps explain his later blend of acoustic and hip-hop styles. As a teenager, Ed Sheeran became unusually driven. He attended Thomas Mills High School in Birmingham, recorded early music, and self-released his first EP, The Orange Room, at age 13. He started traveling to London for gigs while still in school. At age 16, he made a bold move. He left home and settled in London to pursue music full-time. This wasn't a glamorous jump. He often slept on friends' couches and played small venues. His early career is defined by volume and persistence. He was a street performer, or busker, extensively in London. He played
that's
hundreds
not
of
surprising.
he played hundreds of shows a year, sometimes multiple in one day. He relied heavily on word of mouth and early social media platforms to kind of get his music out there. During this time, he also briefly visited the United States, where he performed in small venues and connected with artists like Jamie Foxx, who let him use a recording studio.
Ed Sheeran slept on my couch for 6 weeks before he was famous.
But how does that happen?
Ed Sheeran, I was doing a radio show in L.A., and it was a satellite show, and he knew that we do music, so he comes to my radio show. Hello, James, just trying to get my music. We'd love to hear my music, whatever. I was like, well, sure, whatever, let me hear it. So he lets me hear his music. Comes to my crib. Now I got the bigger crib, and the studio is incredibly nice because of the Kanye song. So he plays. I'm like, you're incredible. So he starts. I said, listen, I know you don't have anywhere to go. Just chill here. I was giving him food. My daughter was like, who do you have over here now? Because I would always have people. I would always like champion the artist.
Yeah.
And so I said, listen, man, I think you got the goods, but I got to check you out, though. So I took him down to this show that I was doing, a live night every Monday in L.A., downtown L.A., and it was like 800 black people, all black, like just the best musicians who plays, the guitar for Sting, and I mean the level of the music is here. And there was a dude up there rapping, and he was sweating, and he was black. And then another girl, she came up and she sung, and she was black, and they was singing blackness. It was incredible. And so all of a sudden I say, ladies and gentlemen, Ed Sheeran. He pops out, with a little red hair and a ukulele. And one of my homies, who's an incredible guitarist, but he's just true to the music. It came from us. This is blackity black, right? And he says, yo, Fox, come on, man. What's this, man? What's this? What you doing to the room right now, man? You got to respect the room. And it was just like a movie. I said, well, let's see what the kid has. And he went out there on that ukulele, got a standing ovation in 12 minutes.
Wow.
And the rest was history.
So
12 minutes. Man, he would never have made it on America's Got Talent. You don't get 12 minutes.
I know, right? But I thought that was an interesting clip, and I've got a little bit more on that in a minute. But that came from the Graham Norton show on the BBC.
I got to say that really gives Jamie Foxx some cred, as far as that's pretty cool, just to be like, taking some nobody in.
Yeah.
Hey, play. All right, I dig it. Here's my couch.
Think about it from Ed Sheeran's perspective, though. Like, you're not a nobody, but you're not a, and somehow you're sleeping on Jamie Foxx's couch.
No shit, right?
Like, and he's feeding you breakfast, like Cheerios or something. I don't know.
Also, I'm like, look at Jamie Foxx, and he's, like, and then you look at Ed Sheeran, whose face is so punchable.
Yeah.
And you got to imagine there had to been some point while he was sleeping on the couch where he's just like, I could just
be sleeping. Yeah, I could. No one would
that
know.
Little marshmallow face.
No one would know. So these early experiences helped to shape Ed Sheeran's signature approach. Performing solo with a guitar forced him to develop rhythmic playing and stage presence. Busking taught him how to grab attention quickly, leading to his strong hooks and direct lyrics. Exposure to both folk and hip-hop scenes informed his genre-blending style. By the time he released Loose Change in 2010, an EP, Sheeran wasn't an overnight discovery. He had already written hundreds of songs, built a loyal fan base, and honed a live performance style that would become central to his appeal. That foundation is what made his later breakthrough with the A-Team.
They say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately.
And the album Plus feels sudden to the public, but in reality, it was the result of years of deliberate groundwork. So this album specifically, Plus, was released on September 9th, 2011. It's essentially a distillation of Sheeran's early songwriting style, acoustic-driven, confessional-type lyrics, and kind of a genre-blending style. Much of Plus was written before he was famous, drawing on real-life relationships, like Drunk.
I'll be drunk again to feel a little love. I wanna hold your heart in both hands.
Youthful experiences and insecurities, Lego House.
I'm gonna pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. If things go wrong, we can knock it down.
His writing style leaned heavily on minimalist structure, often just his voice and a guitar. Rhythmic phrasing influenced by hip-hop. Think of like Small Bump.
But for now, your scan of my unmade plans, a small bump. In 4 months, you're brought to life.
Or The City.
This city never sleeps. I hear the people walk by when it's late. Sirens leak through my windowsill. I can't close my eyes.
Hook-driven choruses that feel conversational rather than grand. The recording was stripped down but intentional. Unlike heavily produced pop albums of the time, Plus kept a relatively organic feel. Acoustic guitar is the backbone of most of the tracks. Vocals are front and center, often with minimal effects. Layering is subtle, harmonies and light instrumentation rather than dense arrangements. Sheeran recorded much of the album in collaboration with producers who understood how to preserve his intimacy rather than polish it away. A major contributor to this album's sound was Jake Gosling, who had worked with Sheeran on earlier projects. Tracks like You Need Me, I Don't Need You.
I won't stay put, give it the chance to be free. Suffocating seems to sort of suffocate me. 'Cause you need me, man, I don't need you. You need me, man, I don't need you. You need me, man, I don't need you. But so you need me, man, I don't need you.
Highlight this blend of the genre bending type of example we were talking about earlier, kind of spoken word, almost rap-like verses over acoustic instrumentation. The A-Team became a global hit, earned a Grammy Award nomination. It positioned Sheeran as a crossover artist who could sit between pop, folk, and hip-hop. When the album was released, it debuted on the Billboard 200 chart on June 30th, 2012. That date's notable because it's sometime after the album was released. I think it's probably because it started in the UK and made its way to the US. But June 30th, 2012, it debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 chart and spent only 1 week on that chart. So it came in at number 5 and then was gone, which I thought was interesting. However, in the UK, it reached number 1 on the UK albums chart, spent 66 weeks on that chart. Both the A-Team and Lego House spent time on the UK singles chart as well. In terms of sales, top 3 for Ed Sheeran. Number 3, this album, Plus, from 2011, 7.7 million records sold. Number 2, X or Multiply. I'm not sure if it's a math thing, but the X is the cover.
It's still more math.
Yeah, 2014, and that sold 11.8 million albums. And number 1 was Divide from 2017, the album that Ryan listened to mistakenly, and that came in at 13.7 million albums. This is the one, like you mentioned, with Shape of You on it, which I'm sure drove a lot of those album sales.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body.
All in all, Ed Sheeran has sold nearly 40 million records worldwide. So that's what I've got for the rundown. Other background stuff that you guys found when you were...
Well, Ryan, it's a good thing
when you
Ryan,
listened to the right album.
It's a good thing you didn't listen to the tour collection CD I'm looking at, because that has all 5 math functions on the front of it.
I saw that when I was looking at album sales. I was like, damn.
Well, when we were back when Game of Thrones was running live and he did a cameo on that, I had predicted that the final episode would have been just a close-in on Ed Sheeran releasing his new album, Minus. And the whole thing just break the wall. The show didn't even matter. It was really just setting up for his new album. He never actually. This is the only one he hasn't done a Minus. So I guess he's not feeling very negative.
He was born in 91, man. He's still young.
There's a minus on this tour collection CD.
Oh my God! Well, then I've got some learning to do. I think the only thing that you didn't mention that I thought was interesting, Bert, is that he's managed by Elton John, and I don't think that hurts.
Huh?
So, for
No,
example,
definitely not.
he was going to. They wanted him to appear on the Grammys, and they said he wasn't a big enough star at the time to take the stage. That was around the time I think of this album. And Elton's was arguing with them, and they're like, "Nah, it's just not. He's not high enough." He's like, "Okay, well, I can fix that." And then Elton went on stage with him, and they said yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be this way, but what you've said and other thoughts, I feel like Nepo baby isn't the right word for him, but I think he's been a little heavily connected. Because I'm sorry, but I don't have any idea based on listening alone why this album belongs anywhere near a collection of 100 that include Michael Jackson, the Beatles. I just can't. I can't excuse that.
To your point, Drew, I think an ordinary person who's a singer, who's a busker, who is just trying to make stuff happen, doesn't casually find their way on Jamie Foxx's couch.
Right. I mean, think Jamie Foxx's people checked him out first.
Well, I mean, no, I think, one, you have to be financially independent enough to devote your life in that way to going out there and just playing shows, because you can't live that way.
Yes. Overseas, no less.
So, it's interesting that you would mention that. Yeah.
Because the stories I had heard was, he grew up rural countryside in England and then moved to London. And like the first night, he had gotten signed and moved to London. And first night, couldn't sleep because he was all excited. That's how he wrote The City. Went in the studio the next day. And he was like crashing on someone's couch. And then worked in the studio with Gosling, and that's they started this album. I didn't get the impression he started off super hooked up. Like I don't know if it's good fortune. I think it definitely warrants some more research into everything. Well, yeah, but I didn't.
We probably shouldn't speculate. To your point,
yeah, but
and honestly, it doesn't change the way I feel about the music. So maybe that doesn't matter.
But he has gotten a lot of fucking help. I mean, Jamie Foxx, if you're getting help from him, if your goddamn manager is Elton John, they're putting weight behind him. So he caught people's attention. And I'm really, after watching him live, I'm not surprised. I don't dig it, but like this kid can use a loop pedal. His pedal is probably 3.5 feet wide, 2.5 feet deep. And it is like the kid tap dances. He starts, with his loops and shit and brings them in at great timing. I mean, dude is the best busker I've ever fucking seen. And when
That's
he did,
because I kind of expected, I didn't look into that, Ron, but I kind of anticipated he would be one of those pedal loop guys because it was such a big thing.
oh yeah,
and all of his music feels like his music to me sounds like the kind of busker that if I went to a restaurant and he was there, or a bar and he was there, I'd be like, God damn, can we leave?
yeah. On the softer stuff, I absolutely agree. But now, like,
Even on the jangly stuff.
you need me, I don't need you. If I heard that one out, I'd be like, damn. I'd be curious to see what the rest of it was, especially after seeing the live stuff.
That's an interesting point, Ron, because you talked about how you watched a couple of live things. I need to go out and seek out some of that kind of stuff.
Dude, his
With the live
performance on
yeah.
Austin City Limits was so good. I mean, so good. And when I went back and listened to the album, I was so fucking pissed because the album is basically his live show. I mean, you can hear the loops on the album. But it is so fucking flat, and it does not capture any of his stage presence, the live feel that he does.
Okay.
And, we've talked about it before. Oh shit, the singer-songwriter chick that passed away early. We talked about it with her.
Cassidy.
Yeah, and a couple other ones, how, the albums captured their live essence. This one does not at
Does he
fucking
play
all.
Does he play A Change Is Gonna Come?
Oh, well,
Nobody plays Autumn Leaves.
He does.
And Over the Rainbow.
Look,
but he
Oh,
does
wow.
dabble into territory that I feel very uncomfortable with him dabbling in.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like his pitched rapping
Yes.
is almost offensive. You've got the straight whitest 16th notes, 4, and then everyone on 4 says the word. Like we're part of his posse here. The whitest Ed Sheeran Irish little leprechaun posse. I'm not digging it at all.
I got
the mouth percussion. The mouth percussion.
Yeah.
That's where I would checked out. Yeah, I was like,
I was like, nope. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it happens a lot.
It does. But he toured early with a lot of rap cats.
Well, that was their fault.
Well, but it was kind of like, well, if that's the crowd he fit into or fell into when he first started, that shit's gonna rub off whether I like his execution or not,
Well, I think his execution is also, at least on this album, I didn't listen to the live. I think it's very heavily helped out by studio production. Because
How was it on Divide?
Some of his things are very clean in a way that don't feel natural.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, which doesn't matter to however many million people bought his record, Ron, you're giving him some levity, not levity, you're giving him some props, because I hear you that he could be a great live performer. And I know I've recorded songs that I just can't get to lift off, you can't get that feel, no, for some reason. In my case, if he was trying to win me over, then he messed up by studio recording these in such a sterile environment. Because if he's got that power, this does not tell me that.
Well, again,
And hang on one second, Ryan.
yes, I will. I'm going to hang.
Things like Ryan mentioned, the beatboxing, the Bone Thugs and Harmony kind of style rapping, those might be extremely cool live when you're in the mood, when, you know, he's got some loops going. I don't know. I don't think a single dude of this nature can pull either off, and did pull either off successfully, in my opinion, because of that sterile environment. At the very least, I'll give him that. Maybe elsewhere it can work, but man, not here.
Well, I mean, having the accidental benefit of listening to 2 of his albums, my takeaway from this album, which is very different than Divide, is that he has his finger on the pulse of what is going to sell. And I mean, to the point of where these have a lot of cliches tied to hip hop, Divide has a lot of cliches that are in some ways more damning to me as a musician. And I don't want to get into those because this isn't this album. But I mean, like, there were moments in that album where I was laughing because I was 12 steps ahead of what was going to happen. I could have, after the first 4 notes, I could have sang the whole song. You know what I mean? And it was so bad. And then I was like, oh, this is like a number 3 hit. You know, he understands what sells.
And he has the pop format, the pop song form style down pat. I mean, it's a textbook case of that.
And he's being marketed so well that, I mean, he was even essentially, I hate to say this, but did anyone see the movie Yesterdays?
No.
Where the whole world gets amnesia and doesn't know who the Beatles is in a way.
Oh, yes, I remember seeing that. I wanted to see it, but I didn't.
So Ed Sheeran is the counterpart to this guy that's the only one who knows the Beatles songs.
Okay.
And it's talking about, and in some ways he's like equal to the Beatles in the moment.
Because he only knows Ed Sheeran songs?
He didn't write the movie, so I'm not blaming Ed Sheeran for this, but it is interesting that they're like talking about, here's all this really popular music, and here's this other popular star who's basically giving critiques to the Beatles to this guy. It's kind of a weird dynamic, but and maybe it's one of the other reasons I don't like him is he took that role. I also didn't like that movie. Why am I even bringing it up? I really want to punch this guy. I really want to punch him.
Yeah, I feel like you're emanating.
No,
I'm not
a violent guy. I'm not a violent guy.
Yeah.
But I definitely do not connect to this music, and so much in a way that I feel like I'm getting a little hot. I need a break. Bert, is it possible? Could we?
You know, that's
sponsors
actually a great segue, Ryan. Oh my gosh, almost like it was planned. We do have a sponsor this week. This one, they reached out to me for whatever reason. It was kind of an odd pairing, I think. But hey, you know what? We here at the 100 Albums Podcast, we're growing and we're trying to get out there and reach new markets. And you guys have all heard of pickleball, right? It's this.
Oh yeah,
it's like I've heard
Great
it's
sport.
like the fastest growing sport in the United States. I got to tell you, I don't really get it. I'm not a pickleball aficionado. But that said, when a company that specializes in pickleball equipment approached me about advertising on the podcast, my thoughts about pickleball quickly become irrelevant. So this episode of the 100 Albums Podcast is brought to you by Dink & Company, where we take pickleball way too seriously. Are you tired of enjoying pickleball casually? Do you wish your relaxing weekend hobby felt more like a high-stakes, identity-defining lifestyle brand? Then welcome to Dink & Company, the world's most unnecessarily intense pickleball equipment manufacturer. At Dink & Company, we believe pickleball isn't just a game, it's a personality. Check out these new products that we've got. The Overcompensator Paddle, crafted from 17 layers of aerospace-adjacent carbonish fiber. This paddle doesn't just hit balls, it announces your presence. It comes with a built-in sound amplifier so that every dink echoes across 3 courts. The Pickle Pro Max Plus Elite balls, engineered to bounce inconsistently just like your confidence. Each ball is pre-stressed for emotional realism. The Court Commander jersey system, moisture wicking, ego enhancing, and scientifically proven to make you stand 12% closer to the net than necessary. So why choose Dink & Company? Because regular sports brands still think pickleball is just a joke. Because your neighbor Frank just bought a new paddle and now you have to escalate.
Frank.
And because nothing says I've made it like arguing about paddle grit at 6 a.m. as you're approaching the courts. Act now. Go to dink.net. Get it? Net? Order anything from our shop in the next million minutes and receive our exclusive Dink Responsibly bumper sticker so that everyone knows you're part of something bigger than yourself for some reason. Dink & Company, turning mild hobbies into full-blown identities since just last year.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got to tell you, I don't say this about a lot of our sponsors, but that one has some big dink energy.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to some pickleball action this summer. I'm going to have to
you play?
see if they dropped us some free samples, you know.
Do you play, Drew?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I wouldn't consider myself a regular.
It's not. You're not an identity defining.
No, we've got
player.
a lot around here. We've had, maybe you guys do too. We've had a lot of tennis courts. Tennis at one point was massive in this town, and most of them have now been converted into pickleball.
Oh, really?
Courts.
So you're more like a quick pickle, like a quickle.
A quickle.
A quickle.
Yeah, we had that on campus. There's, as you can imagine, on a college campus, lots of tennis courts and stuff. And the one section of the one actual set of courts, they completely converted everything into pickleball. And I've been walking around now that the weather's getting nicer every day. In my lunch hour, I go for a walk, and they are packed every day with college students.
If you really haven't played, it's
like
such a
crazy.
cool, because tennis, you shank it, you rocket ship it, you're running after balls. You can't run fast enough. For the most part, if you're playing pickleball in a leisurely way, it's a game you can actually volley on and enjoy.
If you're playing pickleball in a leisurely way, Dink & Company is not for you.
No.
Yeah, but no, there's people down there that I'm scared of, so I need this. That's the thing.
I see. You want to up your game.
I have many of my customers that are part of the physical therapy business, and they also love pickleball because it targets people our age who think they can do things they can't, and they overextend or they dive for things, and then they're in physical therapy. So it's it's a win-win.
Win-win. There you go.
Whole economy.
Nice.
Well, that was great, Bert. I wasn't sure what you were going to bring. I thought maybe bring some sort of dinker, but it was pretty good.
Appreciate that. And thanks again to Dink & Company for sponsoring this week's episode of the podcast.
Winner, chicken dinker. What's next, Bert?
Next up, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. On the re-listen of Plus by Ed Sheeran, what strikes you about this album, guys? What's good, what's bad, and what's a little bit ugly?
I'll start with some good. I do think that...
I thought you paused there, and I thought that was going to be it.
I was going to say, like Ryan's going to say, let's start with some good. This is a great coaster for my drink.
No. I'm really trying, guys, to be a better me. I think his voice is actually really good. We talk a lot about the narrator on albums, and I think even though I don't always like what he does with his voice, I think he actually has a really good singing voice. He's got a lot of power. He has some nuance. Apparently, a very fast set of lips and tongue. Ladies, is that why you like Ed Sheeran? I think the track A-Team as a opener and also his lead single was a good choice because it reads kind of like a bad Coldplay song about a drug-addicted sex worker, which who doesn't, want to hear that? I will say it's a little weird coming from Ed because maybe he lived that vicariously, but it's a little strange hearing about a personal tale like that he's clearly not lived. But still, it kind of works. I think it's a good single. It's probably my favorite song on the whole album, is that one. And so I'm glad they led with that as the single. My other good is going to be from my friends on the podcast. What do you guys got? Because that's it for me.
So Trey Anastasio from Fish once said in a rig rundown about his gear, he's been using the same gear for years, and you have to know how to use your gear in and out and how it's going to sound and how it's going to react. It needs to be an extension of you. Shit. Ed Sheeran is like that with his looper pedal and guitar and doing that. I think that is a strong good for him, even though the album doesn't reflect it. His voice, I'm going to kind of transition here a little bit. I think on this is too breathy for me. I didn't like that. But he on excuse me.
It's very of the time.
It is, and there's a lot like this whole fucking album is of the time, and it's not of my time. But there's a couple songs on here where he pushes his voice, he gets a little grit to it, and it sounds good. But he doesn't. He only does it for like 5 seconds a song.
There's also sometimes where he does it and it doesn't work. Like, is it "Give Me Love"?
All I want is the taste that your lips allow. My mind, my mind. Oh, give me love. My mind, my mind. Oh, give me love.
Where he starts like
At the end, yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, that you don't have any soul. You are literally a soulless bastard. Stop doing that.
Well, he's ginger. Gingers don't have souls.
My good for me, I tried, like you said, Ryan, I really tried to have perspective here, not just be on attack mode. Kiss Me, I felt was a song that works for him on this record for me.
Kiss me like you wanna be loved. You wanna be loved. You wanna be loved.
It fits him. It's an endearing, just simple love song. It's not trying to be something it's not. It's not saying things that are inappropriate with a love song feel. It's saying things that are appropriate to a love song feel. He's not singing about getting drunk again, because I can't take the amount of times he's talking about getting drunk here.
Thank you.
It becomes like, all right, transition quickly to a bad. Is that I had a guy who married my cousin, because second cousin, third, once removed something. He's 15 years my senior. He's the guy, he goes, hey, what's that on your shirt? Every time you see him. He does it to everybody. Every single time you see him. This is what Ed Sheeran singing about getting drunk is to me.
Yeah.
It's a fart joke that got old 20,000 times ago.
Well, okay.
But you were talking about good, Drew.
Oh yeah. Well,
I will say.
I finished. That was the song. I thought was good.
I think this. I know where your complaint comes with, and I have a different complaint about that, which is that he has a song called "Drunk," and how do you write a song about drinking and screw that up? But he seemed to have. But I think for me, we're all closer to 50 than the age he was when he wrote these. And I don't think he was trying to talk so much about being drunk so much as that this is just what the lifestyle is in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So and I know, Drew, yours was a little different in some of your 20s, but like that's pretty typical. So he's really just trying to paint reality. I don't think he's trying
or what his reality. Yeah.
Fine, but I mean, you can overpaint.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. There's a directness to the lyrics that doesn't connect with me.
Yeah, it's uncreative. I mean, that was the biggest complaint, but
it's not poetry per se.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Well, so for my good, Ryan, you touched on a couple of things. I think at the end of the day, he does have a good voice. I think as the narrator, he has some good things happening there. I did not listen to any of his other. The only other song I'm familiar with is "Shape of You," off of Divide. But I have not listened to the rest of that album. I've not listened to any other albums, so I'm assuming that the voice is pretty much the same across albums. If not, then I stand corrected. But so yeah, I think the voice has potential. But that's really about it for me in terms of like, hey, this is good, right? like I said in my vibe check, it's just kind of there. It's musical wallpaper, as we said before. It's background, whatever you want to call it. I could not connect with it as much as I tried. And I tried. I really tried this week.
I tried
to connect. Well, I know you did. You put in the time, brother.
The more we talk, I think last round
he also put in the divide.
Well.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I listened to Divide last time too, because I remember knowing a song on it. I didn't know any of these songs, so I think I made the same mistake.
Yeah,
it's easy to do if you're not paying attention. Because dude, math symbols.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, we can pivot into bad if you guys are ready to do that, because it's just kind of there for me, and I don't have a lot of.
I've got some.
No, I meant still on the good. I don't have a whole lot of. Praise
I'm done with good.
I have one that I don't know if it's a good, bad, or an ugly, which is kind of a first for me. So grade 8 reminds me of a poor man's Maroon 5.
Ooh, I have an analogy for that one too. That's a good one.
It's interesting because I also hate Maroon 5. So now that is the poor man's version of that. So you're just like,
yeah.
Oh man, you're so right, Ron. I'm listening to it.
It's like
with the different voice. Than what's his balls from The Voice.
Adam Levine. Yeah.
I also had
the vibe is definitely there. Yeah.
I also had musical facsimiles to that song, 2 of them. Jonas Brothers.
I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you.
And Barenaked Ladies.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cock your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days.
Barenaked Ladies. That's interesting.
Neither of which
they have the song called
either.
Grade 9. So.
That's what I was. That's
Do
what
they?
I thought when I saw it. Yeah.
So I've really never been a fan either. But I mean,
Grade 9's a great song.
It's I mean, again, as far as I'll speak for myself, my bad is a matter of just complaining, like old man complaining, because clearly this album worked for some people, and much of the stuff I like, you listeners would complain about too. If you're punching your steering wheel about my complaints about Ed Sheeran, write us an email about it.
We'd love to hear.
So
tell us why Drew is wrong.
I will say for a bad for me, I think there are some things where he just didn't quite have, in my opinion, the maturity to sing about them. So whereas you have the drug addicted sex worker in A-Team, I approached the song Small Bump thinking it was going to be about something different. But I feel like that song, and I'm not sure if that was a part of his actual life, so I don't want to discredit the reason he wrote the song. I didn't look into that. But as far as boys singing about miscarriage songs, I thought that was a really weak entry into the ring. I think it's a disappointment. I think it lacks sincerity or character or interest or musical worth. So that would be a bad for me, in case that wasn't clear.
I didn't look into the meaning behind that song. I thought it was comparing a girl to a skin cancer.
Oh, well.
And I couldn't figure out the purpose of the analogy, but I gave up. I wasn't looking into it.
Okay.
He said one line that I was like, really? That's the weirdest comparison I've ever heard.
The other overall bad has nothing to do with him, but me personally. I don't like a lot of the sort of religious overtones. The lot of references to angels and meeting God and the afterlife and Christianity. It just doesn't appeal to me. Again, not a fault of him or the album. but that's why it's not in the ugly for me.
Dude, that's
bad.
Well, it's calling on the low hanging fruit, just like the being drunk stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, it's definitely easy to sell.
but it's weird because I'm really sensitive to that too, and I didn't pick up on that on this.
Oh, well, listen to it 3 times in one day.
No.
No, thank you.
After Divide, which also has it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
How many times does he talk about angels? I'm just saying.
I only read the lyrics on 2 songs, so I don't know.
You know who else has a great song about angels?
Aerosmith?
Calling all angels.
Isn't that another train song?
It's a train song.
I was thinking of Send Me an
Motherfuckers.
Angel.
Send me an angel. Send me an angel. Right now. Right now.
Goddamn train.
I was thinking of She Talks to Angels.
A lot of songs about angels out there.
Yeah, right?
No.
Angel in the centerfold. Anyway, Bert, what do you got for ugly?
My angel is a
I mean,
centerfold. I love it. For
Bad.
bad, just that I couldn't connect with it. It's not for me, and that's not a fault of his necessarily. I mean, I would love it if every artist went into the recording studio and said, "Well, what would Bert like to hear?" You know, and then went and then created from there. But that's not how the world works. So, yeah, I you know, we talked about some of the mouth percussion stuff earlier. That always is just super cringy to me. And I know that there are some listeners who who participate in a cappella vocal groups, and anytime I see an a cappella vocal group with a vocal percussionist, I cringe loudly, audibly. There's something about that unless you're Biz Marquee, like don't do that. It's a no. I'm exaggerating, but yes, I don't like that. And I would say too that the kind of singular guitar singer-songwriter genre is just it's kind of overwrought for me. You know, everybody's a person with a guitar and they're at a microphone and they're talking about whatever experiences that they have had, and I'm just like, okay, it's just not for me. So there you go. Bad.
I tell you, I am
Again,
so
nothing
on
that's
board.
like earth shattering, but yeah.
I'm so on board with you saying that genre is overwrought, but I swear to you, it's the only way to get a gig in the town I live.
Yeah.
It is
It's
still
the only way to get. It's the only way to get most gigs, which is why there's so many.
But you live in a great
Doing it.
music town, Ryan, and for you to say that, it's really sad. You know,
It's
I mean,
it's still the most prolific part of the industry here,
Yeah.
and
It's so-
and some people do it fantastic.
Mhm.
I don't think he does that aspect fantastic. There are many singer-songwriters I would
yeah,
shower with money if I could go see them live, and some that I've been lucky enough to see live that don't even know they are as good as they are. You know, but that is not what this is, and I think the problem comes from a lack of listening to other music. That's all I can think of, because when I listen to this, I hear the influence of just the basic pop shit. I mean, every song on here only has 4 or 5 chords, really, right? I mean, you might put them in a different order, but we're really just talking about oscillating between 1, 4, 5, and 6. Sometimes there's a 3 in there, and that's it. And it's not used in a way that's interesting. You know, some of the heartfelt moments. I think, is it Small Bump where it's just him and the little tiny piano, or is that Kiss Me.
I remember that one.
Wake Me Up.
Wake Me Up. Yes, thank you. And that one's
because he's just
1 and 4 and 5, and it's abysmal for me to listen to. I'm just sitting here going, would you fucking learn to play the goddamn piano?
Right, and it pissed me off because
or hire somebody.
I felt like he was doing that on purpose to show how stripped down it was, but it doesn't come off like that. It was another fail to me of an attempt, it
is that effect. It's that what was the lady, the British lady that came up and was like, oh, she's gonna be terrible, and then she sang so good.
Oh yeah.
It's all about that.
Susan. Yeah.
But it's like,
but then he does his prose over it, and I get what he's trying to do. Totally reads what he's trying to do, but it just didn't hit. It sounded like he's just ad-libbing, and I did like this. I did like, speaking of that song, there's one line, or the main line of that song. I liked it. Maybe I'm just in love when you wake me up. I thought that was a good line. It's a good line to build a song around.
Yeah, there's some other lines though that unfortunately work against it, like the whole shit about your DVD breaks. Maybe I'll have the Blu-ray or the VHS, or I play video games with my brother.
So many too specifics.
Yeah, like I get trying to get into the kind of realism. That's what he does with most of his lyrics. It feels like, as opposed to poetry, right? He's not like a Paul Simon here, but like I feel like at some point it's just like all such transitory language, stuff that we're not going to give a shit about in 10 years,
Well, I don't think many people do. Has he kind of fallen off?
No, he's doing great.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Comparatively, look at the four of us.
Well, yeah, and again,
none of us have sold 40 million albums.
Right, I'm still working on my first album, let alone 40 million.
But I mean, are we on Ugly yet?
He did it. Yeah, we're deep into Ugly.
I didn't get to my Ugly yet.
Oh no, okay.
I haven't got my Ugly out yet.
The Ugly.
Might have only been bad.
Well, bring it on.
Go ahead.
All right, Ugly songs. U.N.I.
Everybody said we'd be together forever, but I know that I never want to settle down, come around, pick up the love like Lego now. Never want to turn into another like you. Sleep with my thoughts, dance with my views. Everything's great, not everything's sure, but
is a song that reminds me of the same unawareness of yourself as Wham when they did Wham Rap.
Hey everybody, take a look at me. I've got street credibility. I may not have a job, but I have a good time with the boys that I meet down on the line.
Because they're like, he's like, I got these cool styles and I'm going to do these things and I'm going to be really hip about it, and it fails on the same level of 80s rap as Wham doing rap. Mm-hmm. It's terrible pop.
I too was not a fan.
But these hip hop tropes, which by the way have seeped their way even into the country music scene.
Oh yeah.
It didn't seep into the country music scene. It's flooding into.
What did you guys think of the final track, which was basically 2 tracks? The Give Me Love, slash the Parting Glass, where he got to break down and break free there at the end. Because to me, I was like, he's going to do a coda here. And it was not so much a coda, but like maybe like a piece of toilet paper that didn't go down on the first flush.
Yeah. And that happened today.
Your metaphors speak to me, Ryan.
Yeah, I had tuned out at that point. I wrote something about a Christian love song on it, but
that's good, because I will tell you that continues. We're not here to talk about Divide. I know that, but holy cow, the arrangements on that album are contemporary Christian. Do I need to tithe while I listen to this album?
Maybe that was the point. Maybe that's how he got he is a busker after all.
Holy shit, we've unlocked. That's a poster secret.
You just nailed
the poster.
So, but that's a great, I know you were kidding, Ryan, but it is a good question. Why is this album the album that's on the poster? Because, I mean, even in my Apple Music now, as I was looking at his catalog, Apple does the like for each artist, they'll be like, here are the essential albums. If you want to know about this artist, these are the albums you need to listen to. And this album is not in there. Essential albums are Divide and X or Multiply. So yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Maybe it's
hometown
because
favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say this could be a local thing where
Actually, there is a connection, not specifically to Dizzy Rascal, but some of the cats from the grime scene were involved with Ed Sheeran and this album.
and they tried to kill him.
No, I forget specifically which tracks it's on, but there's a couple tracks where people from the grime scene were either producing, co-writing, or just generally involved in this album. So there's a connection there.
I get more stumped by the minute with this guy. I tell you.
I mean, by the way, I've been talking a lot of smack and violence towards this guy. If I were to hang out with him, he might actually be really cool. I don't know the man. There is something about him that is very off-putting to me as a person who's almost 50. So what does that mean? I'm old. Look, my parents probably yelled at me and said if I listened to Tears for Fears and came home with an earring, they'd rip it out of my ear. So it's all context. I'm not trying to say I get why he's cool. I don't.
Because I'm not.
By the way, the song I was referring to is called Thinking Out Loud. And actually, even though he completely housed the Let's Get It On chord progression, which is not an uncommon chord progression, but it's the feel that makes it exact. But anyway, I think he got out of that.
Which
lawsuit.
album is that on, Drew?
I have no idea. I just know it's a single.
Okay. So what I will say is, Ryan, you when you were talking a moment ago, you said, I don't know him. I've never met the guy, blah, 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 blah. I have seen a couple of interviews where he's a charming guy. So like I was watching some interviews with him and stuff. And, he talks about how he's kind of a big kid. And after he got famous and had some success, he went to a toy store to buy his niece this Lego set or something, right? And he sees like the big, expensive Lego set. He's like, well, maybe I'll just get this one for me. So he tells some anecdotes that they're quaint and they're charming, and he seems like a nice guy or whatever. So that being said, I'm not going to buy his album.
So did G.G. Allen in certain crowd. I teach ukuleles and I like teaching it to little kids, but man, I do not like hearing people play it in public.
Well, it doesn't like you either.
It doesn't have to.
So, Drew, if I could use that as a kind of momentum swing, if you were to rate the ukulele on a scale of 1 to 10 after listening to the ukulele, where would you land on the ukulele?
Who's playing it? That matters.
Eddie Vedder.
The guy who sings over the rainbow, the
Tiny Tim.
So Eddie Vedder,
the Hawaiian guy,
Vedder,
the past.
Eddie Vedder made me change my tune when he made good use of the ukulele. It's different with him. That's why I'm saying who sings it, because it makes all the difference. I can't answer that unless you give me context.
But in all seriousness, let's talk about results and ratings.
I was going to say, let's get the results and ratings, huh? Ron, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you on Plus by Ed Sheeran?
4.
I forgot to pull up this.
Don't give me that look.
I gotta watch the live stuff is what that tells me, because Ron, you giving this a 4 has I think I have to change my underpants.
I never trust a fart. It honestly did. I wouldn't go any higher than that no matter what. This album is garbagely produced. I don't like it at all. And the only reason I give him a score that high is the influence of watching him live. I mean, his and Bert, I emailed it to you for the show notes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Hey. So I, on the initial listen, I gave this a 2. probably one of my lowest scores. Drew gave it a 2.5, and Ryan gave it a 3, which made our average a 2.5, which ranked it number 96 out of 100 albums. So, second chances. Ryan, Drew, would you change your score?
2. I mean, yes, I would change it to 2.
Drew, how about you?
You gave Madonna a 0.
Yeah, I know.
Never live it down, brother.
Well, no,
we're gonna be at your funeral someday, and Ryan's gonna be doing the eulogy, and he's gonna be like, and he gave Madonna a fucking 0.
Put it right on my gravestone, man. No, I think that guy that hates me for the Beach Boys comment is going to be on top of you saying, yeah, but he gave the Beach Boys a 6. I think this is a 1 for me. I was prepared to make some kind of negative joke, like I'm going to give this plus a minus.
Oh,
but I don't need, more harassment.
That's funny.
There's been a lot of division about this.
I can't accept it. That it's background music to me. It draws my attention because of his misfires, and therefore it makes me angry. So it's not background music, and it's not my music, man. And I take this music personally. I've mentioned a few guys here, and I'm not going to keep saying their names, but that stuff knocks me to the floor. This does not.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of does in another way.
Yeah, in a bad way.
So I need to pull that out of some other. I need to parse out some 2.5s I'm looking at here. So that's going to be a 1 for me.
Okay. I it's probably an exercise in futility to ask if anybody actually owns this. So I'll skip that question and we'll move right into Margaritaville. If Ed Sheeran had a restaurant, or the album Plus had a restaurant themed, in the similar a la Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, what would it be called and what would the theme be? And since we've been talking, I came up with a couple, so I'm feeling pretty good. Ryan's got 4. Let's start with Ryan since he's got a laundry list.
And keep in mind, these are hot, because I had some other ones for a completely different album. All right, so I've got a restaurant that is very similar to Waffle House. But featuring all frozen and reheated food, called Eggo House.
Damn it.
You got that, Jim?
Stole one from Bert.
Stole one. Let's see if you got my other one.
I've got a restaurant. You guys probably seen these restaurants where the staff, as like a kind of like novelty or gimmick, they're like intentionally sassy and mean to the guests that are there. Reverse that. This is a restaurant where you're encouraged to sass the wait staff and, really belittle them to, make yourself feel empowered. And that's called You Need Me, I Don't Need You. I've got a restaurant that proudly displays the FDA inspection results on all their meat on the menu, and that's called Grade A.
Nice.
Okay,
that one didn't hit very well. I've got a pub where you drink too much beer and maybe the lines aren't always cleaned and you end up with an infection, and that's called UTI.
Yeah.
And then lastly, a Swiss restaurant that's, decked out in the country's flags because, well, the flag's a big plus.
Oh my God.
Dang, man.
Okay, I'm going next before one gets stolen because I only have one left. This is a barbecue and brisket joint, and it's called Give Me Rub.
Aww.
Hey.
Ah.
Sounds like one of Ron's joints.
I know, right? Drew, you got any, man?
Yeah. Mine are a little different this week. Ryan, I've got a partner to your Grade A store where they also display the grade of their meat, and it's not good. It's called Grade D.
Oh. Your USDA inspected
meat. For the adventurous type, that one is. A restaurant called the R Team, where you are only eating foods that starts with R, such as rutabaga, ruffles, and raisinets. And finally, based on something I heard some students say to another student, it was so funny. It was in a dodgeball tournament, and there was this little guy, maybe an 8th grader, and he was playing his heart out, and bright red hair, and the seniors are cheering, "Come on, Red Sheeran!" So this restaurant's called Red Sheeran, and I don't know what they serve, but they're redheaded barbers that are cutting your hair.
Probably lots of potatoes.
And the hair maybe gets in their food, too, so maybe you shouldn't eat at Red Sheeran's.
Ron, what do you got?
All right. I have one. It's a unifying and unimpassioned experience staffed by unibrowed, unidextrous unicyclists donning unicolored uniforms, uninterestingly serving universally unique, uniced univalves, and edible unicolored uniflora. Although this restaurant may seem unimaginative, we strive for an unimaginable, uniliteral experience that will have you saying, "Ah."
Wow, man.
It's called Uni.
Yeah, no,
I was hoping you're gonna zag on us and be like, and it's called Grade 8.
Yeah, it's called.
Oh, that would have been better.
That's Ryan. That is another alliteration to another bringing up of a song from the Chess musical that's now started to come up once or twice. So U.N.I. is a song from, I think, Chess, the musical.
Is it?
Maybe I'm wrong about it.
The only one I know is One Night in Bangkok.
Yeah, no, I believe, because I once wrote that for a marching band, and I feel like U.N.I. was that, but now I'm second guessing myself. It doesn't matter. Now that was a story that went nowhere. I didn't land that plane. See,
Will fix it.
And listeners have got to be shocked right now that Ron doesn't have a house of ill repute that is called Small Bump.
Okay, hey, bring it on home now, guys. Folks, please go and listen to Plus by Ed Sheeran and let us know what you think. Seriously, we want to know what you think. You can hit us up with a voice message at speakpipe.com/100albums. You can email us at 100albums@burdislow.com. Connect with us on Instagram and or Facebook at 100albums podcast, or visit our website at 100albumspodcast.com. Next week, please join us as we chat about Back in Black by Amy Winehouse. AC/DC.
Oh, Bird.
Sorry, that's Back to Black. But no, we're going to be chatting about Back in Black by AC/DC. It's going to be a great conversation. Join us then, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right, later, turkeys. Rigging it, dude.
I'm going to have to remember that.
Flip my screen and be Word, having the oppositional vote to everyone else.
I will tell you, Drew.
That was last round.
Your text messages often flip my screen, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You should see how it looks in my brain, man.
But there's no question that I'm not the audience for this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about the background here of Mr. Sheeran. Okay. Hey. Any other preamble that you guys want to do? We just kick this thing off and talk about this red-headed motherfucker.
Well, Ryan's here. I mean,
I'm not much of a redhead anymore. I don't know if you'd noticed.
Kindred spirits.
Not compared to this guy.
I have more white hair than all of you fucks. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were looking through pictures last night for Sage's wedding, and not even 10 years ago, I'm like, man, what a beautiful head of hair and dark beard I had.
I know.
It's like, I look so ragged now.
Yeah.
So like, Bert commented that, we had family photos done, and we put one up on the wall, and it's right next to another one by the same photographer from quite a long time ago. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's like
My
we're
beard was still
documenting-
red.
Nothing
we're
kicks you in the
documenting
balls
aging.
quite like it.
Did you say it kicks you in the balls?
Yeah, man.
And this ends Old Man Hour. And
Yeah.
welcome
That's right.
back
I
to
know,
the
right?
Retro Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Old Dudes Chat.
If you weren't sure that we'd be disconnected from the lyrics and feel of this next album, now you know.
True story.
Everybody put your readers on.
That's
Okay.
Are we breaking?
Is that dog shit on the floor?
That's a lot of dog shit.
I
But if
really
we're,
hope not.
All
No,
right.
no, he just wanted to grab a knife. Oh, do you have to pee?
I gotta piss.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'll talk with Bert. Hey,
Yeah,
Bert.
we'll
How you
we'll
doing,
just hang
buddy?
out.
Hey, Drew, is that dog poop on the floor behind you?
Yeah,
I
what's on the
wanna know.
floor behind you, bro?
No. Oh, I should pick some piece up and like eat it. No, it's their bed. Charlie's been tearing it apart, so it's like the fluffiness inside, you know. That's so funny. I can imagine me standing up and you guys being like, "Oh dear God!"
Well, that's what we thought. We thought.
Well,
it
you
was
you
landmine.
stood up and walked away. I said, "I'm sorry, guys. Is that shit on the floor?"
That's so funny.